Hello, and welcome to our podcast. I'm Elizabeth,
And I'm Kassidy.
and today is November 25th, 2025, 11/25/25. Interesting. 2 plus 5 is 7. So it could be a lucky day if you're into that. You might want to use that numerology power in your favor if you need it. But today we're going to talk about something a little bit deeper. We're going to talk about ancestral trauma. And I've said before, I don't like to use the T word, so what do we call it? Ancestral low frequency energy that we're carrying, correct? And that encompasses pain, shame, guilt, resentment, anger, patterns, behaviors, trauma.
Yep.
I like to use the word low frequency energy. Is probably the highest frequency way to say what we're talking about. So we like to keep everything in high frequency. And to do that, right now, we're going to start with our prayer. My prayer. Unless you have a different prayer you want to start with?
Nope, this
Okay.
is the one.
All right. Mother Earth, Heavenly Father, all angels and ancestors, all mentors and masters, Mom and Dad, Dad and Mom, Mother Mary, and Kuan Yin, Archangel Michael, and all of the archangels, and Yeshua, all of my guides,
All of my guides.
please send us divine love and gratitude. Please let go of all low frequency energy from around us. Please let go of that low frequency energy into the white light to be transformed into love and sent back out into the universe. Please fill every cell in our bodies and chakras in our system with divine love and gratitude in abundance. For we are perfect and whole, guided, protected, supported, loved, blessed, sovereign, free, and safe. We just need to be reminded. We are also seen, heard, wanted, worthy, and again, safe. Most importantly, safe. Again, we just need to be reminded. May we be happy. May we be healthy. May we be filled with ease and grace. May we be loved and love. Thank you for everything you've given us and everything you've given away. Thank you, thank you, thank you. Amen. Namaste. Aho. Hands at the heart. And so it is.
So it is.
Excellent. Thank you. So, I just was home in New Jersey. Well, my home is outside of Philadelphia, but my daughter lives in New Jersey. And it was her birthday, and we did that prayer, and it was really cool to have that many people together, like my family and friends. So it was super powerful, and afterwards my sister-in-law said, you need to add something. And I was like, what? Because I'm always open to suggestions. And she said, you need to add the word safe. And I was like, oh my gosh, yes, you're right. Because when I think about certain things that bring up my low frequency energies, my vulnerability, it always comes back to not feeling safe, or a part of me not feeling safe, right? We're adults now, or if you're listening to this, you're probably an adult, and you know how to feel safe, but yet there's some times where there's things that you can't control where you don't feel safe, right? So weather being one of those things. Sometimes weather comes up and we go into fear because we know there could be issues. But this kind of transcends into the whole ancestral and generational low frequency energies. It's like, where do they come from? Why do I have this? Why do I have these patterns and behaviors? Why do I have a fear of lack when I have so much abundance, right? So that's one of the most common ones, is this fear of lack, this fear of never having enough. When we look in most of our kitchens, there's probably food for months, right? That's just how we are, that's how we live. Maybe not months, maybe just weeks. But regardless, we need to feel prepared. So, the ancestral and generational trauma. low frequency energy. They're different, but they overlap. So, Kassidy, you kind of brought this up. Why did you want to talk about this?
In our last podcast, it was about prayer. And for some reason, it was just kind of put into my mind of like ancestral. Like we need to be talking about ancestral passed on low frequency energy. And the more I thought about this topic, I could also see it in select clients. All clients are dealing with generational and ancestral energies, but not all of them are aware that that's what they are dealing with. So the select few that came forward were consciously aware and consciously correcting those energies that were passed along. So I thought it would be a good topic. I also think that a lot of that energy is just here. It's here with us now, and we're all repeating the same things unconsciously until we can make it conscious to let go of.
And raise the frequency. Because I also want to bring in our ancestors left us lots of high frequency energy as well, right? But what we're here to do is, number one, find the balance in that, in the experiences of being human, finding that balance and then choosing to stay, in the higher frequencies.
It's interesting because I flagged that in your prayer. You brought in ancestors.
Yes.
Because we're asking our ancestors to protect us, to guide us, to love us, to share wisdom.
Correct. I 100% recognize that there are humans that came before us that know more than us and tried to leave information for us through their experiences. One of my sayings when I'm working specifically with women who are going through a really hard time of breaking old patterns and behaviors and stopping toxic behaviors in their families. That's another word that I'm okay using, toxic. I don't know why I'm okay using that. I think it's just a factual word. Some things are just toxic.
Yeah.
And it's a low frequency, but it's I don't know. I think I'm okay. I don't know why I'm okay with it. But lost my train of thought. Oh, breaking old patterns of behaviors. And what I like to tell women as I'm working on them is just remember there's 7 generations that we're working with. So just think about all those women. So I just go to 800. There's 800 women that couldn't do what you're doing that are pushing you to ascend. And there's 800 women ahead of you that have done it and are pulling you into ascension. So you're being guided and supported from every way. But we don't know that. We don't remember that. That's part of this whole kind of connection to our higher self, a greater source, higher power, whatever you want to call it. Right? As humans, we're like, oh no, you're human, that's it. No, there's more to us. And that's what I think this whole ascension process is, and this awakening process is, figuring out what am I besides this human, physical, for me, gender female named Elizabeth, right? There's so much more if you strip all that away. And that's for all of us. And that's to the point, that's kind of where I go, and that's what the whole holistic process is stripping those labels away and going to the core of the imbalance. And when we work with enough people, we see the patterns in these cores. So I think it's perfect that we're doing this right now, because just before this, we pressed record. Cass and I were both saying we were feeling a little down in the dumps. There's a way of saying the D word without saying the D word. Down in the dumps. But it just hit me as we were talking about this. It's like, this is such a common thing for this holiday season. Number one, some people aren't with their families. It makes them really sad. Some people, don't have their loved ones that they can physically be with. All of the things, all of the stories, right? Where that's what these holidays sometimes bring up for us. Sometimes it's joy, sometimes it's sadness. I was just scrolling and watching a whole bunch of sad and happy videos around the holidays. Some are really beautiful and some are really kind of just touching and sad, but joyous sad. So I think that's part of it. But sometimes I feel like there's someone somewhere pressing a button. Someone pressed the depression button or the down in the dumps button today. But we can shift that. And part of me is like, okay, I know how to get out of this. What am I supposed to do? Number one, play music. That's one of the first things that helps me shift out of my head. Because I can sit there and scroll or I could read, but my head's still going to go. But music for me helps shift me into a different space, taking a shower, cleansing off, whatever. I'm a big morning shower person because I know that I'm doing more in my sleep than I am when I'm awake. Also got the hot flashes going on, so I just need to shower in the morning. And that's my way of just starting my day fresh, with an intention, with the frequency, with the clean body, the clean spirit, letting it all go down the drain. Whatever I don't want to carry, I'm letting it go down the drain, doing a cleansing process. So yeah, all these intentions help shift, but then it's like, but you still got to go out there and, face people and face clients. And if you don't love your job, it's really, really hard to get out there and just show up. So yeah, we get it. We've been through it. We go through it. We help people through it. We have to help each other through it because there is no one answer. It's a process. It's a practice. You're never done. That's what came up for me today. It's like, I'm so tired of having to get myself out of this. But the whole thing is, I got to be grateful that I can get myself out of this, that I have the tools, I have the resources. If I have to cry, I have to cry. If I have to let myself have a bad day, let myself have a bad day. If I have to let people feel bad for me, oh my God, let people feel bad? No way, right? Like that's something we never would allow to happen. It's like they get over it, just like we get over it when we know people are having a bad day. But, we're all we got, so we're all we think about. So yeah, it's a mind thing. So part of me was like, I need to pick a mind card to get out of my mind because this is a mind construct. It is not coming from the soul. It is not coming from the heart. Understand when these low frequency energies come up, like fear, shame, guilt, resentment, anger, worry, depression, anxiety, it's coming from a place not from the heart, not from the soul. It's coming from the mind. It's coming from the ego. It's coming from the societal patterns, behaviors, making you think that you need to be doing something that you're not. And it brings up all the shit, all the stuff, all the things. So it's so interesting because that's why I don't like to mess with the mind because I look at it as like a computer. Like you can just change the chip. It's like, but it's really hard to do that. But it's a programming. It's just like training a dog, right? We have to train our minds to love ourselves, to know that we are deserving, we are worthy, that we are loved, that we are safe. And if we're not safe, we need to find out why and figure out how to feel safe. That is the most important thing. So, I was going to pick some cards. Kassidy, do you have anything else to say? Sorry, that was a lot.
No, it was when you had brought up tired the first time. We both discovered this before we started today. Was that we were both feeling down in the dumps. Like had that thought right before we started this recording, and I also thought I'm just so tired. Like I'm just so
tired. I'm like,
right
why?
now.
I went to bed like literally 8:18. I was in my bed.
Yeah.
And I didn't fall asleep. I didn't scroll. I read. I probably read for a couple hours. I'm starting to read again. I'm starting to use my mind that way.
Good for you.
And not scroll.
But when you said it's a mind construct that it's creating dis-ease or tension
Imbalance.
when you're doing something you shouldn't be doing or you're not doing something that you want to be doing and just like change the programming. And you're right, it's not easy to do that. And my current battle is health. Mm-hmm. Whether it's sugar
100%.
or exercise or consuming social media, I'd still consider that health.
So basically it's the temple. If we go further, what is
literally,
that? It's our
that's
temple.
what came up the other day, and it's like I feel like I'm dishonoring my temple because I'm
You're feeding
like when
it
I
shit.
put against when I put it against the standard of other people, like it's not okay. I had pancakes or I had a piece of cake. I split a piece of cake, or I'm having coconut water, and it's just like to
Coconut water's bad or good?
it has 25 grams of sugar.
Really?
So I'm like,
is that good sugar though?
It's only 5 of them are added sugar. 20 of it is coconut water.
Okay.
Or the coconut.
Okay.
So it's like I go back and forth of like, well, what is my truth or my health? And I literally can't measure it against anyone else's because I don't eat a lot of sugar, but I feel like I'm eating way too much.
And your body is different from everybody else's, and that's what you need to notice.
Right.
So, for instance, with my skin issues, it's like, okay, I'm sure I'm eating something. Like, I try to cut the gluten, and when I notice I cut the gluten and I cut the bread, I notice it goes down a little bit. Was I eating a lot of bread at my... Yeah, we ate some bread and pasta. Yeah, like stuff that I wouldn't normally eat.
Yeah.
Just a lot of stuff. But, I was on vacation and this, that, whatever, and that's what happens when you're on vacation.
There's a big old bird on my truck.
Oh, what kind of bird is it? Is it a raven?
Yeah.
Does it have a message for us? Do you have a message for us? I don't know. There was one on my daughter's house, right outside her window, and the dog didn't see it. I was waiting for him to see it.
Wow.
I wonder if it has a message for us. Open the door and ask it. Do you have a message for us? Do you have a message for us? I'll leave the door open and see if it comes to the door.
Okay.
Birds are the messengers. This is a black raven. We have tons of them around.
I've never seen that though.
You haven't seen that?
I'm almost getting like protection, but then my heart got a little heavy.
Okay, so protection, because protection from what? There's your fear. So instead of going to, oh, thank God I'm protected, it went into, but protection from what? What's after me?
I feel like, for me in this instance, I feel like I'm sinning against my temple. I know it's wrong.
So now you're judging.
Myself.
Yes, because sin is judgment. Does God believe in sin?
It's all an illusion. Mind.
There you go.
Mind construct.
Right? These are all constructs. So yes, you see sugar does this to your body. If you don't like going through that physical reaction, cut the sugar, right? So for me, because I haven't, it's every 3 months. I don't know why, I crave McDonald's. It's that, and it's probably that like inner child of that's what you got when you did something good, or that's what you got once a month, or whatever it was. It was that reward thing. So for me, it's like quarterly. And then I can tell myself, but that's not good for you, and you don't want to put that in your body.
Yeah.
But then I can easily say, well, then why do you put beer into your body?
Right.
That's not good for you either, right? But then I can rationalize it and say, well, a part of it is medicine, but there's all in moderation. Right? But yeah, it's definitely, there it goes.
Yep.
And then there's the cannabis. Cannabis, again, medicine, all in moderation. And then the rest by my food intake is like, it's not real healthy, but it's not what I know to be unhealthy, like the fast food and the high, caloric processed foods. I really try to stay out of the middle aisles and yada yada. However, I would say that I'm not a healthy eater. I'm an aware eater. And for me, that's because what is healthy anymore, and who knows what your body's like. I have a woman who only can eat processed foods. Her stomach is so messed up, it cannot process natural foods. Yeah. And I learned this from catering. And she couldn't have anything. Anything.
That's really tough.
Yeah. Yeah. It was really interesting. She was like living at the Mayo Clinic. They were doing all this research. It was super interesting. So, but then I've also gone through my whole thing where, and I hope this doesn't offend anybody, but this is, again, I call myself a heavy person because I know I am above average or overweight, but I also can feel that I'm overweight. But sometimes I can look at people who are super thin and aren't healthy, and I'm like, oh, at least I'm healthy. But it's like, but I'm not healthy because I'm overweight too. So but it's all constructs. And then I read a text where someone said, I'm on day 2 of my diet, and I'm happy to say I'm happy to be fat, or something like that. Or what I've realized is I'm happy to be fat. So it's all about just being happy with our temple, whatever that temple looks like, right? But that's where it all comes, and then the judgment sets in, because like, what does my temple need to look like? So this is where we have to get out of the freaking mind and drop into the heart. Yeah. Because what would God say? God would say, you're freaking beautiful. However you look, you're beautiful. Whether you're 100 pounds less or 100 pounds more, you're beautiful. Because it's not about the physical. But the physical does show what's happening on the inside, I believe.
Yeah.
I believe these vessels are 100% transparencies of what's happening inside But some people hide it really well. But regardless, all right. One of my favorite words, regardless, to shift and pivot. So I'm going to pick a card, and this is going to be for the collective. I have a 3-card reading set out. I don't know if I guess we have time. But I've been thinking about the collective. If we're all going through this kind of down in the dumps when we know that we should be happy and joyous, how do we shift out of that? What is our mind telling us that's keeping us stuck? So that's what I'm asking the mind deck right now. What do we need to know for our highest good in order to be in our joy, in our happiness? Because remember, when you pose the question of how do I get out of my depression, you're bringing in depression. Pose the question, how do I stay in my joy and happiness? How do I stay in my joy and happiness? That is how you raise the frequency. Don't bring in the lower frequency words. Don't give them energy. You have the awareness of it using the low frequency and using the intention of wanting to stay in joy and happiness. So, asking the mind deck, what do I need to know for my highest good in order to stay in joy, happiness, and really peace. Peace, peace, peace. Peace of mind. Breathe. Number 29. What's 2 plus 9? 11. Spirit number, angel number. Breathe. Meditation. 100%. Prayer. But yes, to get out of that mind fuck construct that I'm tired, I'm depressed, this sucks, yada, 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 whatever, the stories, which are real, but we don't want to hear the story anymore, and we know how to get out of it. How do we stay out of it? So now quickly asking the heart, what does my heart need to know in order to stay in peace of mind? I am the only one who has answers for me. I am the only one who knows what is best for me. Number 1, exactly, meditate, go within.
Wow.
Go within and be like, what do I need right now? What do I really need? And if chocolate ice cream is what you need right now, get the healthiest chocolate ice cream you can get. Or make a good choice. Maybe get a gelato. Maybe get something else. Maybe get a chocolate milk instead with fat-free milk instead of the chocolate ice cream and see how that feels. But if you feel like you can get the chocolate ice cream because you know you're going to like take a walk later or do whatever or health-wise, you can have it. Just have it. But it starts with the breath. So that's beautiful. We have an 11 and a 1. So now asking the soul, and this is for the collective again. I'm going to start doing these on video. But I'm going to take pictures of these so you guys can see the cards. And sometimes people get ideas from the pictures on the cards. So what does my soul need to know for my highest good in order to stay in a calm, joyous peace of mind? Keep your commitments. Number 51. 5 plus 1 is 6. 6 is about love. So I'm going to say keep the commitments that come from your heart. If this holiday there is somewhere that you are supposed to go out of guilt, duty, or obligation, please, please, please find a way to limit your time there or not go or Zoom your way in or find another way to be there. Because you really need to listen. You need to listen to your heart. When your heart is saying, I don't want to go, I don't want to go, I don't want to go, that is your inner child saying, I don't feel safe, I don't feel safe, I don't feel safe. There's someone or something there that does not make me feel safe. And even though as the adult in you has the tools and resources to handle it, that inner child doesn't understand that yet until you get them to feel safe first. And how do you do that? By shifting and changing your patterns and behaviors and putting that inner child first. So keep your commitments to your inner child, to your heart, to your soul. I mean, some say it's your inner child. It's really your inner self, right? Keep your commitments to your inner self. You're here. No one else is walking in your shoes but you. This is all about you, not others. So this is what's going on right now. What to do about it moving forward. Flipping over the decks. Higher power number 4.
Wow.
Higher power. That's all about prayer. But hey, if you can do prayer with more people, like if you have a group of people that you love to get together with this holiday, please pray with them. Hold their hands and pray and just say thank you, whatever you want to say, few words. It is a really, 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 really powerful way to raise our frequency to that place of joy, happiness, peace. And it's number 4, which is about foundations. So higher power. Yeah. Number 20. How about you read the next 2? I got all excited when I saw higher power. Oh, look at that one. Okay, so we got 4, and then go ahead, Cassie's going to read. Oh, and then, sorry, real quick. First card is situation at hand. Second card is missing or hidden from view. Third card is your most pressing assignment. It's an action card. So what's going on right now, situation at hand, breathe, was what we got. What's missing or hidden from view, I'm the only one who has the answers, reminding me, just go within. And most pressing assignment, keep your commitments. So see how beautiful that was, how the action card was keep your commitments, but what's going right now is breathe. Because that's what I was doing this morning. I did a little meditation this morning. I put something on and I actually fell back asleep again. So that shifted me a little bit, but I didn't do it long enough. And then our moving forward reading, situation at hand, higher power. I mean, you got me and Kassidy here in Sedona. I don't know how much higher we can get than that until we get more and more people here and involved in this. That's what's going to raise this up even more, is this community of people trying to be the highest versions of themselves and supporting each other in that. So what's missing from or hidden from view, moving forward, this is the heart deck.
I am a spark of God, igniting myself with a magnificent fire, consuming my old life, beliefs, and programs. I am Phoenix Rising.
Thank you, thank you, thank you. And it's a 20, which becomes a 2, which is about partnerships, co-creation. But, yeah, there's no but. And, so I think it's awesome. I brought you in and it was the 2 card. And the next card's a 22. But so the heart, yes. So you are Phoenix Rising. I mean, this is exactly what we've been talking about. A fire consuming old life beliefs, patterns, and programs. That's possible. You can do that. You can transmute old patterns and behaviors and instill new ones. Our most pressing assignment is the soul deck.
Engage higher reasoning.
Number?
22.
Which is a master number. So we got all the 2s in here, and a 4 is a factor of 2.
And
so all about
and
all the ones in the beginning. So we got the new beginnings, and now it's all about partnerships, co-creation. So that partnership and co-creation, yes, it could be someone on the outside, but really, I say go within. It's you and your higher self. Your higher self is the only one that knows what is best for you. How do you get to your higher self? Higher power, engage higher reason, know that you're a spark of God. You have to remember these things. You have to brainwash yourself back to knowing that you are a divine being, because we've been taught something completely different. And that's part of the process, to then ascend and remember what we think is best for us to stay in that alignment with our Creator, with the highest version of ourselves. What do you think?
I think that's freaking awesome. I know we pulled it for the collective, and I'm part of that collective, but that really hit right in line with what I feel like
awesome?
I needed to do. What are you going to do?
Add in the Christ consciousness?
Yes, definitely. I like that we pulled the higher power.
Me
because
too.
It's finding that deeper connection and then adding the heart card with the spark of God, because when you have that fire, you have that flame, then you can move forward with whatever it is that you're looking to shift or change. And the having higher reasoning. Like, when I decided to stop drinking in order to benefit my highest self, I had to engage that. I had to find whatever it was that was fueling me to actually stop drinking. And I resolve is my thematic word of the last few months. Like, I was able to find that peace within me where I was like, okay, I'm fine with this. I'm fine no longer drinking in this period of my time. And so, I mean, I know it's for the collective, but I'm going to be using this spread for myself.
And we'll put a picture up on, you'll see the picture as we, but yes, it's a beautiful reading for all of us. The fact that I'm here in Sedona, I don't know, I think this also just, because part of me was a little bit like, am I down just because I left my family and friends? So I'm a little nostalgic, depressed about that. Mm-hmm. So for me, part of this, like the higher power, the breathe, the engage higher reason, part of me is like, Sedona is all about that. Like, that's where you can do this work. Mm-hmm. That's where you can engage higher reason. when I have people come and see me and they're from all over the world and they get this card, it's like, you're here, you're in Sedona. And, you know, knowing that Briar Patch is right by the creek and Angel Valley where I started had a little bridge and all that. So it's like, yeah, it really just reminds me of I'm in the right place. Use it. Like I'm not using the land. I'm not using the energy of Sedona as much as I could.
I saw as above, so below.
Oh,
and
beautiful.
the bridge is like the now.
Mm-hmm.
You make a really good point about using this space. Like, again, when we say the word down in the dumps instead, like it feels very similar. I'm just of a higher consciousness than I was when I had my 10-year period of down in the dumps, where it's like I'm still doing the same behaviors by not engaging in my external world. Like I am now in Sedona with all of the hiking trails and so many things that I could be doing to feed my soul, and I would rather play phone games or scroll. What is that? That's control. That's a freaking leash on me.
And it's also very normal, and I think this is also very transparent and, I don't know, just transparent of us to say, yes, we do go through these times where even living here in Sedona, where it's so beautiful, even being in this industry, having all the support around us that we still have hard times that we need to get ourselves out of.
Yeah.
Because you just went on a beautiful hike.
Yeah.
Right? So you would think that you would be charged up. So then when you said you were down, I'm like, shoot, did you pick it up from me? Like, did I bring it? But then that's something, did I bring it all from, you know, the East Coast, from New Jersey, which I think is a, you know, I look at it as a very dark place just because of, you know, the factual toxic energy in the land there. But so for the final card, we're using the Christ Consciousness deck, and I'm going to ask, what does Christ Consciousness want us to know for our highest good in order to stay in joy, happiness, and peace of mind? And we got Mary, number 44, another master number. Mothering and nurture. So again, thank you, Sedona. So Sedona is basically saying, yeah, I'm right here. You've been ignoring me. And it's true. I was going through my phones. I'm like, wow, I haven't been to the Stoop in a while. I haven't been to Rachel's Knoll in a while. I haven't been to these places that I go for work. Oh my God.
Wow. Yep, the heart. What would love do?
Number
15.
Which is 6.
Yep.
So what's happening right now is Sedona is trying to mother and nurture us, but not just Sedona, like everybody.
And
like
ourselves.
Our, you know, call it, I've heard this name, Mother Creation.
Yeah.
Mother Mary. Like all of our mothers right now are trying to nurture us. And what do we need to do moving forward? What would love do? So what's the heart going to do? Are you going to accept that love? Or are you going to turn it away and say, I'm not deserving and I'm not worthy? Or it's not real, or I don't believe it, or whatever.
Right.
I'm going to go to that acceptance. Right? I'm going to go to, yes, I deserve that love. I want to receive that nurturing and compassion, that mothering and nurturing, that Mary energy gives us. So that's cool.
Oh.
So we'll see how the rest of the day goes, and maybe we'll bring this up in the next podcast and see if our day completely shifts.
Yeah.
Because of this reading.
I can feel myself already shift.
I can feel a shift too. I can definitely feel a shift.
Yeah.
So, thank you for listening.
Thank you.
I don't know what we're talking about next podcast. We'll figure it out. But we got to run.
Bye.
Listen up next time.